Hello everyone and welcome to a really random pick a card reading. I'm not sure why, but I was guided to do this today, and we are going to be looking at basically what new might be arising in your life, because we have very soon an equinox and then new moon and then eclipses, so there will be new elements entering our lives, guaranteed, one way or another. So, for today, you have to choose from 3 different types of candy. And we'll be doing with the thread and tea this time, cause I just thought a different color would be quite handy. So yeah, these are 3 different types of candy. This is supposed to be a cactus, just that you know. So I'll give you just a couple of seconds. Of course you can print screen. And I'm so sorry that the lighting is not very good in the video, but this was so random I didn't really have time to prepare. So let's put these other 2 away. And let's begin with this one, this piece of candy here. So just distract your mind for a couple of seconds until the thread soaks, and of course giving your own unconscious time to project something. Because there is a saying in mysticism that before there is any material manifestation, first of all it's created in the ether, or it gets there in the ether. So chances are your unconscious already has some very good idea of it. Even though this year and next year is the type of period when everything is truly unpredictable, because a lot of things hang in the balance of choices we need to make at certain big decision moments. So that's why the future might not really be all that knowable, so to speak. Well, I'm a little bit disappointed because the tea didn't really give any color to it. But, it's still an image we can use. So let me just show you like this. I don't know if this is an 86 or 68. Maybe someone born in 86. Some people born in 86, or if 68 is your house number, or if it's relevant to you in any way, or these numbers in any way, shape and form. So, if you want to analyze it yourself, just print screen or pause in this side and this side as well. I do believe that on the other side there was a 98, if that year makes, and the letter R. Maybe something is recurring in our lives that was in 98 for some people, 68 for others, if that even is possible. And let me just, and this is really, really important, this period for the future. So the choices that you make, what you work and build, are there to stay for a lot of years. What you're initiating right now, what you're working on, what you're even putting your mind to right now. So for a lot of people, this can be actually, investing or moving or relocating. For a lot of people, I do see arts, some artistic preoccupations. For others, still motherhood, perhaps, the sign of Venus and the Ankh. So fertility, a blessed period. But there is a lot of challenges that you need to overcome in the now for the blessing to be able to harvest it, so to speak. Yeah. But still a fertility period for some females who wish to have a child, perhaps. So let's pull a couple of tarot cards. So before I actually look at the tarot cards, I just want to say that, well, the symbolism of the child is very important, the baby, the embryo, because for some people, their work and whatever they have done in the past 9 months, for example, or for other people still the past 9 years, is extremely relevant. I'm so sorry guys, but I had to pause because my washing machine was making a lot of noise. So really, really sorry, and who knows, maybe I'll have to pause again, but random reading, random problems of the Mercury retrograde. So as I was saying, so for some people, this period is going to be really, really important for something that they either initiated in June, either this June or June 2021, or August, but this August. But, it's something, a seed of intention that you might have planted either at the Aries new moon, so somewhere I would imagine at the beginning of the year in 2022, or maybe something in 2021, but that might have to do with the Gemini eclipse that we had in June back then. Anyway, something is coming to fruition, something is evolving, something is kind of growing, but it's getting also entangled, so it's growing, but be careful how it grows. Wow, so the tarot card was the Ace of Wands. So again, the message I'm getting here for you guys, beat the iron while it's hot. So work, 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 manifest, invest, whatever it is, but don't let your flames run out. Do whatever it is that you have to do, but don't allow either to burn out or to be extinguished. Now, of course, we are having a very strong Neptune right now, and also all throughout the autumn, and Mars will on and off square Neptune, so that's drowning, that's exactly, but comfort can be drowning, illusion, distractions. So when I say drowning, it can be with a big, big smile on our faces, but it is still delays us. So, stay strong on your path, of course, with balance, distractions, and Neptune is welcome, and with balance. Periods of, let's say, overworking are also, welcome, but there has to be always balance. The Death card. So a powerful transformation. A powerful, rebirth almost. Two of Swords. This means this Two of Swords, that, there are yet decisions to be made, but you, in the present moment, and in these dates that I might have mentioned, it was impossible for you to see things clearly. You yourself have inner clarity the way you do now, and it's still not clear. So you still need to wait until you can make certain decisions. So, Ace of Swords, truth, communication, breakthrough, you initiating something, perhaps a legal initiation, because swords can mean when you're doing it in all, all dimensions, so to speak. So there is a personal dimension, there is a, let's say, social dimension, but there is a legal dimension, a very 3D dimension to many things. A communication, or for you to hold an option, a power, a possibility, a choice in your hands. The Empress. Now this is also either material things, so you need something to come in, like money, support, contract, something that you need to finish complete, you need to give out. But anyway, there is a completion yet, and perhaps a reaction, or what ripples does that completion cause? And look, the Ankh. Fertility, the Empress, of course. So, when someone finds out that they're pregnant, for example, but, with the Ace of Wands, well, actually, when someone even becomes pregnant, because this can be the symbol of the divine masculine, this divine feminine, it's a union for some, but did some of you guys lose a pregnancy or give up on having children? Maybe that resurrects that hope, that dream, that possibility. For others still, I play with symbols here a bit sexually, but it is what it is. Read after the Ace of Wands, what the Wands represents. And the Ankh, the Empress, Venus, Taurus. So of course this means physical fertility when fertility happens. But symbolically, if it's a project, or it's something that you need for your well-being, a home, an income, something stabilizing, you finding yourself, you finding your mojo, you finding your physical integrity, healing, whatever this is to you, it still, the feminine and the divine meet within you, two hemispheres of the brain, handshaking, as in, yes, let's do this together. So of course that's when harmony. So this death means a loss. So maybe you had a big loss in your life, and this is the completion of the empty space the loss had, also for some people. And the Fool. But again, the child symbol, Uranus, unexpected pregnancy, or if it's for you something that you deemed impossible just not so long ago, well, the impossible becomes possible in a way you do not expect it. So this is quite positive and uplifting. This truly is. And the reason why I'm surprised, because in the world out there, there is a lot of not so positive. But Princess of Wands reversed, waiting is over for something. That's what this suggests to me. And yet, let's get another card. Queen of Pentacles, again, growth. Again, Queen of Pentacles with the Empress, that is starting to say actual children and babies, or fertility, or an extra addition to the family. For some people, especially those who are in a very established bond. But, interpret this your own way. But the child symbol was even before we pulled cards. Now, let's see the Trial of Fire, because this deck is not tarot and has not a lot to do with tarot, but it has with astrology. Now, if there has to be if this is truly the best of news with fertility and growth and addition and, figuring stuff out and a period that comes after a loss, well then there is Venus and stuff like that in this deck as well. So, well, this deck says that it's more about faith than anything. If you're an artist, if you're a spiritualist, if you're a therapist, if you embarked on a massive personal transformation, well, then you see the results of that one way or another. Whatever this means, according to this deck, this means more the energy of it, where you interpret it in your life. And the energy of it, something that you really fought for spiritually, comes, shows up. As in, yeah, you've worked for it, you deserve it, you sacrificed, pure of whatever it is that you've done. And this is also, again, you worked for it, so you got it. A study for some people, you studied hard. You worked hard in the past for studies, for growing as a professional, for growing experience, knowledge, philosophy, whatever. And of course you get a harvest. But, 3. 3 is the magic number. So the third card, we await. Oh, but I just want one card, so I cannot accept multiples. No. Because this is 2 as 1, please. Just 1. Come on, universe, work with me. 1. Well. Sun and moon. Well, to me that means, kind of 4th house, which can mean all of what I said. It can mean 5th house, creativity, creative center. Oh, you have a baby and your child, or your inner child. This can mean, well, but this is ultimately positive. And an eclipse, look. Sun and moon, that's an eclipse. Or that's a new moon. Or that's, sometimes a full moon. So yeah. Well, I do hope that this helped you guys. And thank you so much for watching and taking part of the pick a card. Until next time, bye for now. So, hello everyone who has chosen the second candy. This one. And just like for the previous pile, we'll just put this red in the tea. And I have to warn you guys, because I saw at the previous pile, this doesn't leave a color, and I thought it would, but it doesn't. But the good news is, it's not a total disappointment, because I can still work with the image, or whatever that thing is. So let's just give a couple of moments for your unconscious to project, and I'm so sorry. I have a lot of technical and every kind of difficulties, because my washing machine is also laboring hard, and this is a random reading, so sorry for all of the inconveniences, even the future ones. Anyway, after you heard my tragedies, your unconscious is probably ready to project. So again, I have to say, it won't have a color really. As disappointing as that is, well, at least I can still work with this. So this is for the autumn. This is for what new comes in your life, influenced by a lot of astrology that has so many sides this autumn. Okay, so again, this is your candy. This fishing. So there are a lot of elements that come. I really struggled at the previous one, but for you guys it's fishing. Now what does fishing mean? Patience. You were patient. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Before I get into the fishing part, I'm gonna show you the image, and I'm so sorry for that. And of course you can pause, print screen to interpret it for yourself. This is reversed, because why not? And I have to apologize because my washing machine is up to it again. So I'll pause for a second and I'll be back. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry again. So yes, let's resume. So this is the image. Now, as I said, you can pause it or print screen. But now I'm going to go to the interpretation. And first of all, the fishing pole and the fisherman, what I see here, and that's a really good symbol because it means patience first of all. And also an opportunity that is coming up for you imminently in this next 3 months period. Now, of course, the fisherman is just like, this reminds me of the sign of Pisces, because there is no real guarantee that, the fishing pole is going to be vibrating, or how you say that, but there is a guarantee that sooner or later it will. So, patience will pay off, especially that I get the sense that this fisherman here is doing everything right. It knows what it's doing, and it's really waiting for the big catch. So it's not waiting for the small, it's waiting for a specific catch. When there were fishermen who were hunting for, one specific type of fish, and the type of fish had to be, a certain age, so a certain size, etc., etc. Maybe spiritually, or your spirit or your mind, or you're actually doing that right now symbolically, you're unconscious, definitely. It's fishing, the fishing pole is ready, set, and go. The line is, and the hook is in the water, the lure and everything. So it's a waiting game right now. And this waiting game, well, it's also very contemplative, if that even makes sense. So it gives you not necessarily spare time, but the better wording, spare inner energy to contemplate on certain things while waiting on this opportunity to arise or for something to manifest. But fishing, it is not necessarily a competition, but it still is a hunt in that sense. So the fish is still not very easy to catch. And even after the fish is there and your line is pulling and you have to catch the fish, the modus operandi of the catching of the fish, that phase is not going to be easy either. That will need a lot of patience, that will need a lot of strength, that will not need a lot of endurance and resilience. But of course, with these conditions being met, the prey is definitely, symbolically speaking, the trophy, the prize in your grasp. So yeah. And the previous one had a lot of numbers on it, so I'm trying to see if I can pick up on any specific number here. Maybe I should do it here like this. And like this. To me, this says dreaming big. Again, the symbol of dreaming big. Dreamy eyes. Hope. Aspirations, yeah. Anyway, let's pull a couple of tarot cards to see what they would like to suggest. I am using the same deck for every pile, so that's why I'm taking a bit of extra time for shuffling. The Sun, Six of Cups, Hermit, Yeah. And the Four of Cups reversed. I need a bit more to work with. This is a bit mind-blowing, to be totally honest with you. So I still need more cards. I still need more cards. I'm so sorry guys, but the story is alluring me. Okay. So this to me says that this part is absolutely fine because and before I get to the bigger symbolism, for some of you guys fishing, and when you went fishing with someone or solo, or a period in your life when you were actually physically going fishing, that is significant and symbolic. For others still, did you see fishing or any fishing activity in your dreams? Depending. Because if some of you guys have actually fished in your life, what was going on in that period, in a bigger picture in your life, in the world, karmically, in your emotional world, your feelings, stuff like that. Because there is a recurring pattern. But the sun, it is kind of creative, happy, triumphant in that sense. Hermit. Now this is where you're grounding yourself. But you might, you might not be as open to partnership as you think. Because we have here Two of Cups reversed, Ten of Cups reversed, Ace of Swords, Moon reversed, Six of Coins reversed, King of Wands reversed. Now this to me says maybe you're thinking about fishing in the sense that a soul is the catch. So a partnership, a love, a romance, a commitment, a family that you want to establish perhaps. Or in a larger sense, maybe someone's romantic life is the big catch. Something in your romantic life. Now, for others still, especially for those of you who are in a committed relationship, so romantic life in that sense is outside the, possibility. For you guys, it is something so personal that your partner might not really be connected to it in a very direct sense. So it is a friendship. So in your case, it is a friendship, a soulmate who can never ever be a partner like that, but who you need in your life, someone. And of course, your partner in this sense is gonna be just a part of you. So it's gonna be included in you. But for some reason, for other people, I do sense is more romantic. And the message here with all these cups reversed that, look, it is absolutely true that you should be dreaming or wishing or desiring of a partnership right now. But before you make perhaps a very strong commitment, perhaps before you bind your life, you sign your life away karmically to a specific person, maybe there is something yet still not completed. And by this I don't necessarily mean a partnership, but a period in your life, perhaps of just a few months, where why should you have a partner like that? Why should you just not go out and date? Meet more people, have a romantic life, see what romance means to you personally and what it doesn't mean before you go out there and truly commit and find that person, attract that person, fish out the soul who is maybe ready to be fished out even. Shouldn't you take this step a little bit more cautiously? Maybe if it's the biggest dream in your life, okay, I get it. But should you not experiment a little bit? In a sense, see what romantic possibilities other souls, or just immerse in romance without the expectations of singularity. By this, I'm not meaning what it sometimes sounds like. With this I mean have no expectations. Have no expectations. Don't let what romance you think means to you, the fishing. Don't let your prey run away because of your expectations. Allow out of the box people who don't meet your romantic match but might be romantically interested in you to enter your life, because you have this King of Wands reversed. You run away immediately. No one can catch you. Two of Cups reversed, but you're not open even to friendship if a certain person is not the way you need them to be, romantically speaking. Ten of Cups reversed. I know there was a lot of disappointment in the past for you. Six of Cups coins reversed. You don't give, your heart easily away to anyone. And the Moon reversed, but you still have a big desire to live it. But don't single it down to one archetype, one expectation, one person that you're dreaming of, because it's not coming in that way, shape, and form. So maybe this is the expectations, and for those people who, for this cannot be something romantic, the soul, the person, the soulmate, the teacher, or whoever it is that you need in your life, but not a partner in a romantic sense. Maybe it's a community, maybe it's not one person, it's a group of people that you need. So anyway, let's use this deck, which is not tarot, as a completion. So a dream lover, you see the fantasy becoming reality. The dream, Pisces becoming earthly, Taurus. But, this can be also a letdown. Because this is just the dream. As it becomes real, allow it to become real and then judge it, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Again, the fantasy, the illusion part of this energy, potentially speaking, because strong Pisces, strong Neptune. So again, your dream will not be literal. Your dream is just symbolism. Your dream, even if it's a desire, an archetype that you think that will make you happy, give it over to the universe, because, again, when your fantasy flies, so it won't match your dream, but it still will, a part of it. This is self-explanatory. Dare to go beyond. Dare to fly above lava, because you can make it across. Do not let your past and certain things that played out in your family get to you. And this is self-explanatory. I don't even need to speak about this. Because this, whoever it is like a brother, sister first of all. And then something else. So I do hope that the imagery spoke on my behalf as well. But yes. So it will not meet the expectations that you might have, but it will surpass it, but dare to let it happen. So the advice is patience, and while fishing, don't make noise, don't be fooled, don't be distracted, and ultimately you don't know what's pulling your line. If it pulls, it pulls. You know what I mean? If it pulls, it pulls. Once it is a rubber boot, a bad rubber boot, but then at the other pull, it might be the grand prize or something you could not expect. So dream on. Keep on dreaming, because it will pull. But don't be disappointed. If you pull, as I said, the rubber boot, then, you know, it's okay. You don't stop fishing. Have patience. So thank you everyone who's chosen this candy. I hope this helped, and I'm so sorry that the washing machine is making noise. Until next time, bye for now. Hello everyone who has chosen the third piece of candy. So this is the tea, and as I said for the previous files, well, unfortunately, I expected the tea to add a color to the image that the thread will draw, but there is no color really, so it will just be a barely visible, obscure something, but work with me please. So we'll just give some time for your unconscious to project an image. And again, I do apologize for my Mercury retrograde difficulties, because this is a reading I did not really expect to do. It's just random, and I also forgot that the washing machine was on. So yeah. So I do hope this was enough time for you to get distracted. Again, please don't expect a lot of color here. This will just be some lines that you're gonna see, but I hope it's still enough. So this is pretty interesting, really, because the previous piles were definitely not like this. But of course, as I said, if you'd like to interpret this for yourself, just print screen or pause the video and look at it. Now this to me, I'm not really sure why, says Andromeda chained. And where she is, you know, chained to the rock, struggling to get out, Cactus is rising from the depths, and he's not quite there yet, so there's no physical danger yet, but she senses Cactus approaching, so her intuition is telling her that ultimately something is coming. And, well, according to the legend, Perseus should be on his way on the back of Pegasus to rescue her. But on this image, I don't really see any rescue or any hero, just Andromeda herself. And if I reverse it, I don't know if Italy means anything for anyone, like travel plans or relatives there or something happening there, or an Italian person, or something happening while you're at an Italian restaurant. Actually, I was looking for Perseus, but unfortunately I did not see him. So this, to me, the Andromeda symbol, means that something in your life really reached its limits. Now, this can be, for example, like an inner obstacle, a limitation, an inner function which is basically stopped, forcefully stopped by something in your life. This can be a living situation, a material condition. This can be a state of being, a way of life where, you know, you just can't live like this anymore, whatever that means to you personally, specifically. So again, the chains, but you don't know how to escape yet, because maybe for the first time you really need that extra boost, that extra little something, that Perseus moment to truly grant your means of escape. And you also know that a date is approaching, or a timing is approaching. You also know that there is something that, I'm not saying that holds an imminent danger, but it will make things harder, or something inspiring, like a rent, an agreement, a contract. I don't know. The way I see it is where either life support is becoming even less after a given date, or you're, I don't know, having to move or something like that. Status is something that will make your life difficult, or terminate something in your life, something that you value right now. Or I don't know, if you, for example, you have a business, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna solve a debt, perhaps? Okay, anyway, whatever this is, you have a lot of faith, don't get me wrong, but Saturn is approaching and where's Perseus? So let's see, maybe Perseus is not on the paper, because Perseus is in the tarot. So I'm also using the same deck for everyone. So, are you here, Perseus? No. Oh, sorry. Well, yeah. I don't want to say this really, but if that's what it means, either material troubles approaching, or if you have a business legislation changing, a debt, or circumstances becoming unfavorable, maybe after a certain date. But when I say certain date, it's a certain date, as in probably so. In your life, if you don't find a solution, if something doesn't happen, if so you're maybe restless, you're maybe stressed out, you're maybe a little bit worried, you're finding it hard, you know, because the Seven of Wands, does mean that, you're trying to cope, you're trying to be strong, you're trying, to display valor, dignity, honor, but it's getting difficult. And not because necessarily difficult, but because you're starting to really question what you're gonna do. And this 5 of coins, so material troubles of some kinds, but maybe a health condition. Maybe, for example, this is a situation where someone has a job, but their health is saying you have to stop working, and that person has to stop working. But if they stop working, what happens? Or you want to do something, you need to do something, and everything is okay, as in you have it figured out, you're very clear, everything, in thought, in mind, in plan is okay, but do you have the money for it? How can you do it materially? You're just one person. But I do see that this is a lot of stress-related issues for some people. The Emperor, sorry, and the Devil. So you need to be your own boss. Yeah. You need to be your own boss in many ways in your life, to rule yourself, not to allow certain limitations to come in the way, not to allow the chains of Andromeda, the devil, or Cetus, whatever, to need to free yourself. You don't need Perseus, because you can very well free yourself, because the Emperor, Prince of Pentacles, this is where you have options. This is where, okay, fears and it's hard that something is not certain, but there is still options, and you can do it. You can do it. This is either project work or something unconventional, or this is just that there is support in your life, but it's not in the detriment of what support means in society. As in, maybe it's not legal, or maybe a partner supports you, or the state supports you, or I don't know. And the 10 of coins reverse a big life change that you truly need to execute. So the star is good, because you're getting there. And finally, there's Perseus as well, in the shape and form of the King of Wands. Yeah, so yes, maybe this Perseus will meet you halfway. Yeah, maybe your chains are already off, and when you're that loose, you know that within the next 2 minutes you're gonna be free, chances are. And Perseus comes when, but he comes on Pegasus, so the comfort of flying away, that makes the story 10 times more beautiful, even if this Andromeda was almost free herself. So this is why Perseus comes at the very best moment. Whatever this Perseus means, a chance, an opportunity, what you've been waiting for, what you need in your life, what gets you out of the 5 of Pentacles. For example, if this is like a medical intervention, a treatment, a therapy, a cure, it works. It's worth it. It's hard, but it's worth it. Or anything, it's worth the effort. And you being strong attracts Perseus as well. So this is not easy. This is really a radical life change or life upgrade. And an inner, needless to say that the hardest part is the inner one. But you'll be supported, really you will. So do not fear. Let's see what this deck said. Oh no. What's going on here? I'm really not doing this on purpose. But the imagery is clear. And, look at where my finger is. Have that organ. The lower part of it. Because do it. Follow your instinct, follow your dreams, follow that which you know. Aries, Jupiter in the sign of Aries right now. And the retrograde, you can solve past and future alike. Because if something comes from the past, look it in the face, solve it, be direct, be upfront, dare to fight for yourself. Through belief, let your belief give you wings. What did I say? Jupiter in Aries. Like, I'm actually not doing this. Like, this is synchronicity. But if that's what it says, that's what it says. And notice that from all this deck, look how, how many cards there are. Just clean, pure signs. The energy of these Mars, Jupiter, Mars retrograde. Do it. Okay. Do not do this. Because this is the worst way to use the energy. Drowning in sorrow, in regret that your fight is over. But you see, this is where sometimes our old fight was an illusion. This is when you see the windmill for the windmill. Of course you abandon something old, the past. Even things from the past which are just relevant for your pride and your sense of whatever. A word, an apology, or a gesture someone needs to do or say. Or let's say a material gesture or something is owed to you. And someone cannot repay you what they owe to you, or they even conned you. Let it go. Let the hurt, the chains are the past, let them go, and you'll be free from them. Bury. Let it drown. Bury that. And do not work against the self. Do not work against the self. And there is all, dream it. There is help. There is ally, there is friendship, there is help in your life or out there, so you're not alone. If you get wounded, no problem, there's help. No problem. Or abandon something that was so beautiful in the past and is so not so beautiful in the present. Because everything changes. Look at what things, people, ideals, spiritual path even, faith, religion is in the present, not necessarily what it was. What is it in the present? If it's not viable in the present, you need to bury it. So I do hope that this helped. Thank you everyone. Thank you for being here and listening. And I do hope that my random inspirational reading offered you at least a tiny bit of guidance. So thank you everyone for listening. Until next time, bye for now. And sorry about all the technical problems.